Team Excellent coming off a series loss to BMG earlier today, 0-2, and going to this series. So, Excellent, I mean, they had control of Game 1 in the end. Rexars pulled ahead and eventually took it. Game 2, Excellent, more control once again, eventually held on to it, though. Thus far, we're here. So kind of quick recaps there. Once again, join my nuts as a co-caster, and we're already developing. Are we going to see Insania go a jungle secondary support?
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what hero he jungles with this game.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting because all the games so far, he's used 2 bans in the beginning to ban support heroes. And it's kind of contradicting. Like, if you're planning to jungle with a second support, don't you want to ban the actual junglers for the enemy team then? But I can't really wrap my mind around it, but I'm not as clever as Insania, so...
It's got I mean, Voodoo Puppet or Voodoo Jester the first game, and then we had Demented Shaman the last game by Insania. So is this going to be more than normal, or is it something different? Again, we'll see. Pestilence, that final regular or top 3 picks here for Rexars to go with the Drunken Master and the Rhapsody. That is a very strong start. Again, Pestilence not as popular nowadays, but there's good synergy there. It's still a solid hero.
But if Insania wants to jungle them at the Shaman, I hope he picks up the War Beast, because he's played on the same team with me when we ran those strategies, so we know it works. When you put a War Beast in the short lane with a support and a lot of mana pots, and he keeps spawning wolves and sending them into the Demented Shaman, and you have share control and you can just jungle with them, spam healing waves on them. It's really good.
Well,
you can get your War Beast to like 550 GPM at the 10-minute mark and then just try to run the other team over.
Isn't it like a Balfagor strategy like that too?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that idea. Well,
it's more difficult on Balfagor though, because you get so few creeps and they're pretty weak at low levels.
Okay.
You need to eat corpses and stuff. Yeah.
Not as guaranteed. Yeah. As far as this game goes, again, that could be possible. Who knows? But Devour, the final pick for Team Excellent, so they're going to get Super KG's hands on that hero.
Yeah, that hero is always exciting to see.
Mm-hmm. That was Sir Bensington and Ophelia, so good, solid Team 5 presence. A lot of early aggression, at least in the lineup so far, to be possible.
Yeah. Well, Rexar's drafting so far seems way better this game than last game.
Yeah.
They already have 2 really good cores and a really good support hero, so even if Insania does something really funky again, their lineup is going to be decent.
Mm-hmm. That's true. At least they got that going. No, Slither, Moon Queen, Soul Stealer, and Parasite the band so far. A lot of carry focus here, and then the Parasite even thrown out.
Oh, Q banning the Moon Queen from Nox.
Oh, yeah.
How about that one?
What was he thinking? Still, they're still Forsaken Archer, though.
Yeah, for sure.
He's just
such a good hero.
I want to see the silhouette, which obviously we can't see yet, but I want to see how she changed.
I tried playing her in Team M. It was incredibly difficult.
It's a different hero.
Yeah.
Understandable. Empath, the final ban by Rexars, and then there's Dark Lady coming out from Team Excellent, actually. Interesting ban.
I think it's weird that they're banning so many of the hard carry heroes, because I don't really think that's what Rexars are looking for.
Mm-hmm.
They already have a lot of physical DPS output from the 2 core heroes they're already picked. I think they're looking for something like a Bulbasaur Hag right now.
Yeah.
A high mobility, high magic damage hero to fill out the last spot before.
Yeah, it almost does seem like wasted bans. Yeah, it really does. But, hey, done is done. Hag is going to be their pick, 4th pick at least, for Rexar. So going along to that mindset of more magical presence here.
I really hope Insania picks Tempest with this last pick. Not like a jungling Glacius or something. Just go for the Tempest and win this game.
Go for something that actually makes sense, yeah. Well, then this is the final game of the series, so, just play your game here. Both teams right-clicking Amun-Ra.
Oh. Tricky.
They know something's up, apparently. That would be fun. Dampier has been right-clicked for a while here. It's been a long time since we've seen a Dampier, especially from Nox.
Was one of his signature heroes.
Yeah. Not going to be here.
It's a hero that fell off from the scene, even though it wasn't nerfed. Just kind of disappeared. Still pretty good, so. Let's see.
What is the final pick, though, for Rexars? That's the question. I think Tempest just makes a lot of sense. They think Amon Ra would be fun. Which direction does Insanio want to go here for his team? Try to lead them to success. Not much time left before.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a Legionnaire either.
That's true.
Actually, I haven't seen that Legionnaire in the new patch, so it's Insania.
The secondary supports Behemoth. Now, I don't think he's going to be jungling Behemoth. At least that's
Over-under of the 40-minute PK. I'd say over.
Yeah. Well, Behemoth. You got...
well, the good thing with Behemoth is that you can't really jungle with him, no matter how hard you try, so we have that going for us.
Yes, that is true. Hey, they're still swapping heroes around and whatnot, so I think that's maybe just to keep Excellent guessing, but I assume it's going to end up in Insania's hands for Behemoth and then kind of go from there. But then also the lanes, though. I mean, the lanes are a little funky here for how they want to do it.
Yeah, usually you don't want to run like dual melee lanes like ever. So
yeah,
if they go for a tri lane, they're going to be in the weird position. But I don't know, maybe they're just going to try to roam with the Behemoth Rhapsody.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, just pure roam.
But then again, like Devourer is amazing against roams, and so is Ophelia. Just being able to stay at your tower and still being a threat. Whoa!
Nox's Bloodhunter is going to make an appearance here, apparently.
So I think Nox is going to build Steam Boots into Energizer into Dawnbringer and Bloodhunt. I'm taking a bit of a risk with this prediction.
That's a risky prediction, yeah. Wow, there. Very possible. Yeah, no, but Nox has history playing Bloodhunter as well, so good to see this hero. Definitely a different and / fun one.
Yeah.
And there we go. This is it. Again, game number 3 coming at you. So, as far as the landing phase goes, again, it's not exactly sure, especially what the Legion team is going to be doing here. But it's more of a roam or...
It's a completely different draft from the Excellent team this time, even though they have the Ophelia at the same time. Their team fighting is way weaker this game. They don't have the Slither presence, and I think it's going to be difficult for Pew to have an impact this game. It's not the best Ophelia player, and I think it's gonna be difficult for him to find the ganks because of the evasiveness of the Legion lineup, and he's not gonna be able to push either. And if you're playing Ophelia and you can't really do anything, the hero is pretty bad, to be honest.
Well, I mean, yeah, especially with the jungle changes and Alchemist Bones work against her minions, so...
Bloodhunter.
Oh, jeez, this is not good. Yep, there's a beautiful fissure stun. He's going to eat around it, though. Yeah, he will be fine. They couldn't get there quick enough.
3 Blightstones for some mana on Behemoth.
Yeah.
They'll take that. Oh, he didn't buy any mana. He's saying he's saving 300 gold again.
What is he doing?
He's just next leveling everything.
Oh, yeah.
Usually you see some mana pots in Behemoth because he's a kind of mana-intensive hero. He has low mana and his fissure is really expensive, but... Insania knows he's only gonna have to use 2 fissures to win this game, so it doesn't need any mana pots.
That is great. Okay, buys out this gold right there. What is he getting? Ward and some tangos. I think he upgraded.
Really?
Maybe.
No mana pots?
Nope. That is weird. Yeah. No, I 100% agree with you. I know exactly what you're saying. That's not seeing mana pots on Behemoth.
Drunky Master is far away from his quick wave. That's a bit of bad timing on their part.
Yeah,
and he uses mana to stagger it.
Huh.
You usually don't want this to happen in your 1 versus 1 lane, because it's kind of a big deal if you miss 2 to 3 creeps falling behind a level or the game.
You almost wonder if Storyfooter's like, so what's going on? He's like waiting for the gank to happen, but...
He only missed 1 creep,
yeah,
so it's fine.
Big deal. Gets there and into farming he goes, so... yeah, Behemoth's going to be top. And actually, whoa, Devour. Get a lot of damage right there. If he extends a little too much right here, Behemoth's going to be ready to wall him off. So obviously the Master of Arms Devour. Is this a support Devour? No, it's a support Master of Arms. Okay. It's a farming Devour.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about, though.
Support Master of Arms.
Devour into short lane against the tri-lane is actually really dangerous for the tri-lane. If it ever lands a hook while standing under the tower, that hero is pretty much dead. There's not much you can do about it.
Yeah. That is true.
Oh, what's Insania doing now? Oh my god.
Yeah.
So, he's
Pulling
doing
the
something
troops.
again.
Ophelia's gonna try to. He tries to stomp, but just out of range of the creep wave. Now, he did aggro at least a little bit off of it. In the back, but oh, he gets hooked back in right here. Is this going to bite him in the ass? He puts the fissure stun out. In comes the Discard Inferno. It's doing plenty of damage. Down goes Insania right there, playing the Behemoth. Bloodlust kill, that's what you're saying. The hook comes through. Gets the Bloodlust.
I think he was DC'd. It looked like he was running in a straight line back to his base.
That's not what happened.
Okay.
Super KG just made a big play.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was obviously.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, as I said, the Varro in the short lane is so good against this exact strategy they're running. I think they're being out-strategized again. Oh, big Fissure.
Ooh.
That was max range.
There you go. That's him coming back. He's getting some revenge right there. And, hey, I mean, killing Ophelia, definitely worth it. Obviously got Bloodlust.
I guess he's going to run back to base now to regen some mana.
Yeah. Well, he still has enough mana for at least one more Fissure. And gonna maybe try for something here now. It's gonna show, and then
There's no way they're getting the skill. It's just being annoying.
yeah. You see the silence constantly being applied to Wretched Hag, so just keeping her harassed.
Yeah.
But
This is a wise decision, though, giving up on the short lane because of, or the long lane, I mean, because
Yeah.
of the Devourer. They realize they're not going to be able to compete against that.
making the way towards bottom. Sir Bensington, though, he is good against the fissure wall, and the joust will go over it. Believe it would, at least, so. Goes through everything else, it seems like.
Yeah, to kill the Bensington, you need to get in between him and his escape route, so when he jousts, he gets stuck on the hero. It's pretty much the only way.
So instead, Rhapsody going to make her way here all the way, and then Behemoth is actually going all the way back top now.
Oh, it's in. I don't know, it's not like he can kill anything up here, it's just...
Yeah, he's just pathing. He's being the rune controller.
Yeah, well, the rune spawns in 30 seconds. So.
Well, he will control it. So, how's the middle matchup? I'm sure Bloodhunter's doing pretty solid. Yeah, 20-2, 19-3 Hag. So no surprise there. Nox is managing to do solid here in Bloodhunter.
Yeah.
The hero itself speaks for it. That's an interesting rev forward place by Insania, but it will counter the Sword of Sight here, and actually he blocks off Ophelia from doing anything to mess with him there. And a refreshment rune will spawn.
Nice.
That helps. So he will head back towards the middle. Anyways, we love Insania and everything, but want to keep an eye on other things here. How they're going. Devour.
Oh, it's not really Insania's fault either. Behemoth is one of those heroes that's really difficult to get value from. Like, you need the levels, you need the portal key, but you don't really want to free farm him in. It's kind of difficult to find a pharmacist that can support him on.
It's crazy to think that he actually used to be like a go-to hero
Yeah.
a long time ago. But oh, Bensington might be in some trouble. You see Behemoth, he's lining up. He's just going to throw the fissure stun right there. The joust comes out, but now he's going to block him off with the hero itself. Health potion, though, used by Bensington, trying to get away in the meantime. Will he be able to block him off enough? No, he won. He sneaks on through.
Oh.
Kinda. No, he gets blocked. I guess the
That
creep
looks so
block.
weird.
That must have been the creep block in the way from the Warlock right there. In the meantime, Wretched Hag blinking away, but Bloodhunter's in pursuit. He already used the ultimate. He puts the silence out, though. Going to start ticking down. Nox able to chase
That's
him
a
down.
big kill.
Yeah. Bloodhunters, I mean, that's obviously a very powerful pick against a hero like a Wretched Hag. Silence will screw her over.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think Wretched Hag should win this matchup.
Yeah?
Maybe not win it, but she shouldn't die. Like, she needs to get way out of position to take a lot of damage from the ultimate. Should be able to just stand still for a while and then get away.
Ophelia was there as well, so it's not like it was a true
Oh, yeah,
one-on-one.
okay. Maybe that was it then.
I was watching the bottom line, obviously, though, so I'm not exactly sure how it played out, but yeah.
No, she's in a really bad position, no one. Bloodhunter is 2 levels ahead of her.
Yeah.
And she has a low... Okay, he decided to kill it.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, if he had the illusion, it gets in the buff, but actually, again, Wretched Hag's going to fall. There's the execution, though. In comes the Skeleton King net, and Silence to follow, and then an easy kill.
No, it was huge from Pew, managed to find the ganks. I said it was going to be difficult because of the evasive heroes that Legion has, but he managed to find one anyway.
Doing work. Yeah, Bloodhunter, he is having a fantastic start now. He must have bought something else, but sitting on the bottle boots currently, he's looking at 385 gold per minute. But yeah, as you're pointing out, though, too, even illusions will activate his blood sense in the vicinity. So you could actually get your own illusion, get it kind of like Half-Life or whatever it takes, and then have that nearby to speed you up.
Look at the farm of the core heroes now. Even Struthfooter has 263 per minute. Nox at 370 and Super KG at 330.
Yeah, right now we got Team Excellent looking very good here. Devour's just free farm the top lane. Not often you see a free farming Devour in a game, but
it's not a very good area to have free farm on.
That's true.
They'll take it.
Yeah, why not, right?
It's not like they're giving anything up for it, since Insania is just, doing his thing.
Oh, Bloodhunter, he's in a lot of trouble right here. He put the hemorrhage on a Wretched Hag, hoping that it'd save him, but it's not going to. You see Insania coming in with the fissure to kind of block off the path, too.
Nice. He didn't get experience for that, I think. He's still at 40 experience per minute.
Yeah, got the assist, but yeah, it was out of range, I believe.
He needs boots so he can run into experience range more often.
Yeah.
Oh, big kill bot. That's
yeah,
nice.
That is big. Get the kill on a Bensington between Pestilence and Rhapsody, so that's a couple of very solid kills, actually.
Yeah.
For Rexar's team. Slowing down the pace here. What's been an aggressive start for Team Excellent. The item progression here early on. Steam Boots into Soul Scream Ring already for Bloodhunter with that set. Is he porting back to mid? Yeah, he's just going to go back mid. Devour and Ophelia just going to push in the top lane in the meantime. Devour already with Ghost Marchers, actually.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's an aggressive item choice.
Getting that here, and this looks like it's going to be a free tower kill, too. No TPs to come, so easy tower kill in their favor. Will the Legion team push the bottom lane, maybe?
Xenia found his true calling again.
Yeah.
Gonna form the stack.
Here we go.
This game here really needs it, though. Behemoth is... I mean, it's pretty useful without levels. His Fissure is always a good ability, but...
Yeah.
Still kinda desperately needs them.
This top push is going to continue, though. I don't know if... you got a TP on Rhapsody and Drunken Master.
Yeah, they can't stop it.
Just let it go.
Uh-huh.
They're going to let it go.
It's a bad position to be in.
3,800
Generally, when you're in a position where you have to let towers go, you have a different strategy. Like, you have something to fall back on, like a Moon Queen or something, and just, like, we'll beat them late game instead. We'll just let that tower go. But they don't really have that going for them either. Their plan here is to get an early portal key on Pestilence and make things happen with that.
Yeah.
But it's going to be difficult against an Ophelia lineup because they don't have all that much burst. They have the Wretched Hag ultimate, which is quite a lot, I guess, but we'll see if it's going to be enough to kill the heroes on the Hellborn team before the Ophelia ultimate and Astrolabe comes out.
And again, she's having to deal with that silence too, most likely.
Yeah.
The Bloodhunter happens to be nearby, so no doubt that's going to be his target that he focuses on going for. So, yeah, we're having some decent timings here. In fact, a middle push now coming out from Team Excellent. The portal key is still only 1,600 gold saved up, so probably doesn't want to fight just yet.
Yeah, excellent decision making from the CEO here. He realizes the enemy team is weak and he's just going for it, pushing all the towers.
Going cutthroat, yeah. And they're going to keep it going. Again, understandably, they just might as well.
This is one of those games where Nox maybe should have deviated from his standard item build. Instead of getting the Energizer, if he had gotten an Abyssal Skull, for example, they could have done Congo really easily in this position. But that's kind of hindsight, I guess, because maybe they didn't realize how far ahead they were going to be when they bought this Soul Scream Ring, but you never know.
Yeah, that's true.
If they watch this game afterwards, maybe it's something they should think about.
Yeah. Listen to the cast and listen to what you just said and pick up on that. I'm sure the CEO watches all these casts.
CEO knows. He has people watching the cast for him.
That's true. Portal Key is picked up on Pestilence. They're looking. They're trying to chase down maybe Bensington, but no, he actually goes for Bloodhunter. Off to the side. Fidget Stun will stun it. Bensington is nearby. He silences himself, actually, to increase his damage. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. My guess is no. He is going to end up falling right there. In the end, they do pick off Rhapsody, though, in return, so a 1-for-1 exchange. And the chase will continue. Apparently, Fidget's done. No, that'll block them off, though.
You could tell how long time it took for them to kill the Blood Hunter, and that's without the Astrolabe and Ophelia, and he doesn't have a vestment, and, you know.
Yeah.
If that's in a team fight, that was way too much committed to kill a Blood Hunter, and it took way too long time. He used the Wretched Hag ultimate as well.
That's true, man. Well, I mean, they got the kill, but
yeah, it's a really big kill. Just
it lets you know where the
it doesn't bode well for them, in my opinion. It's gonna be difficult to take those team fights.
He's gonna port to the bottom lane. They're gonna look for a kill themselves on a Wretched Hag, actually.
Yep. They need to get this Blood Hunter silence off. Oh, did he see them?
The ward aside.
Map awareness, I guess. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
They got one there, so I can easily spot them. So. No gank to be had. I'm sure we might see a Rev Ward. Yeah, Rev Ward goes down, but actually out of range.
Kind of surprised Pew isn't deciding to go push bottom lane after they used Bat Blast there. I think they should push either way, even if Bat Blast is down, or is up, I mean, but I don't know.
Look at Devour, by the way. You know, you mentioned you're not, as far as farm goes on, and not the biggest deal in the world, but actually knocks in a bad spot once again, and Bloodhunter's in trouble. He puts the ultimate on a Wretched Hag, but it's not going to matter. He's already dead, and she'll just stand there after the fact. So he got caught out, pushing up a little too far. Good find by the Legion team, but yeah, Helm of the Black Legion on Devour, as far as this pickup goes. It's not something we see every day, but again, this is kind of a different circumstance here, having the free farm.
Yeah, having a tank in Devour is really nice, especially when you have extra heals in your team. Usually you see people prefer to go to Headrest first, though, because it reduces damage take from your own rot and stuff, but Helm is a decent choice as well.
I mean, Behemoth is level 6 now. He's
those 2 kills on the Blood Hunter gave him, like, at least 1 level each. And that's a big deal. I don't necessarily think it's entirely Nox's fault. I think he's right that they should be aggressive, but he's getting caught out of position a bit. Wow, that was a really deep kill.
Yeah, and the Impale misses from Pestilence. That could be a difference maker here. In fact, Devour's going for a target. He hooks back at Wretched Hag. He gets the 1 kill. He's going to get a 3rd kill. Yes, the Rod's going to take him down. Yes, well, a hat trick for Super KGE. Oh, boy.
Oh, no. I mean, they were clawing their way back into this game with those kills or not, but that must be so demoralizing. Holy shit. And then Pew drops the all shot as well. Oh, no. Insania must be fuming right now. But this is good, because when Insania is angry, he plays even better.
Yeah.
So,
that's his,
if you can imagine better than the best, that's what's going to happen now.
We can't even imagine. Let's just wait and watch what actually happens here. No, but yeah, that was just, obviously it was a mix of Rexar's decision making on their part, not being the best, but at the same time, hey, that's how big plays are sometimes made.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Rexar made a couple of misplays, and Super KG instantly realized what happened and capitalized on it.
Yeah.
Really well played.
Yeah, that Helm of the Black Legion too. I mean, that definitely helped.
Didn't work.
He was tanky. He's also
there
got
we
some
go,
charges.
well.
Yeah, Shaman's Headdress. So now, good luck killing him, especially this earlier on. He is a true tank here at this point.
They should just be live for Kongors as soon as this tower falls, I think.
Yeah. This tower is going to fall quickly here.
Legion making the correct decision in trading towers as well. Good from their side. I just wish someone was top as well, pushing that lane now.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to keep going to the secondary, but obviously the Hellboy team's like, we'll just keep going to your base at this rate.
I don't think they can break base against the Behemoth. It's going to be difficult at least.
Wears off right there, though, and they're going into the tower, so Fissure's done up in 3 seconds. Sure we'll see Insania look for the angle.
That Vagabond's going to die.
Yep. No,
1 HP.
Pestilence goes in! I don't know if they were ready for that.
Oh, he was almost trapped in there. Would have been so funny if he was trapped off by the Fissure.
Yeah, that would have sucked. Yeah, that was clearly the communication not on the ball there. And he actually, the hemorrhage was used on him too, so that is on cooldown now at least.
Oh, huge
that's
stun.
a big stun. Sends out the Bat Blast. One goes down. Bloodhunter still alive for now in the back right of power. He is being locked on. Everything's being used. It will go down in the end. And Rexars is fighting strong right here. Ophelia and Master of Arms, they are caught. It's another big AoE stun. Bloodhunter manages to TP, but wow, indeed, Rexars, they hold big time.
Yeah. Holy shit. That's one of the top 5 players from next week's top 5 video.
Yeah, you think?
But as I said, it's trying to break base against the behemoth is incredibly difficult. So easy for him to line up those stuns, and he managed to stun 2 people and set up a pestilence stun on the same 2 people, and Hag just went ham on them.
Yeah. Yeah, the Pestilence, the initial was kind of awkward, but after, kind of reset some things, went back in, set up an easy Bat Blast. And obviously set the tone of that fight right there, so.
And we kind of saw the weakness of the preforming Devourer in that fight as well. The Drunken Master alone just destroyed him.
Yeah?
And Drunken Master only has Ghost Marchers and the Mighty Blade. That's all he needed to chew up the Devourer. It's level 12 and has 2 completed items.
Yeah, I mean, being a tank is good and all, but exactly, it's if you're not really able to do a whole lot outside of you use the initial hook and that's that, but couldn't get his ultimate off because the channeling won't work in a fight like that. Just so much going on, most likely at least. So,
not only is that a huge fight for the Legion team, giving them the advantage in a game where they have the late game, but it also makes it incredibly difficult for the Hellborn team to get Congo now. They were in a situation where Congo was pretty much free for them, but they decided to push high ground instead and they lost the team fight. And now, with all the map control they gave Legion from that team fight, it's going to be difficult for them to get it now.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to try for Congo here with that said. Yeah, not as prime as a spot, but they still feel like...
They got the vision, that's good.
Yeah.
Bat Blast is up in 10 seconds though, so I think Legion's gonna try to fight this. Whoa, Insane is actually really close to Portal Key as well.
Ooh, yeah, 1880. He is just about there. They're
not actually not gonna contest the Conqueror, so maybe Hellborn didn't get as punished as I thought they would be.
It would have been better earlier. Obviously, I think that is without saying, but yeah, it's still able to do it at least now. That's good for them. Double damage there, Bennington also helps, assisting some good damage there. And Nox does have his token of life. He might be going to Shrunken Head, by the way. To
yeah, it's, well,
follow up.
Yeah, if it's an Ice Brand, you're gonna lose the game. So a Shrunken Head wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, makes more sense here. Yeah, constantly using that feast. Expect that to be on cooldown for the most part. It's like 30-second cooldown at level 4. It's constantly use it for free creep kill.
Well, like, him going a Shrunken Head says a lot about the position they're in this game as well.
Yeah.
Generally not the item you want to buy against a Pestilence Drunken Master lineup. But he's kind of forced to. I don't know. It's grim.
So, Portal Key on Behemoth, and going to talk about it here.
Yeah.
What they want to do.
So I just picked up a Portal Key. Let's go kill something.
Yeah,
that takes like 2 seconds to say though, so maybe they're discussing something else.
I don't know why that would need to pause, but Lightbrand on Wretched Hag. So this could never
That's
mind.
a pretty standard purchase. Her.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sackstone, but then I realized wait, she's a team with the Pestilence and Drunken Master, so that wouldn't make sense.
BKB wouldn't be bad on her though.
Yeah. Just gonna go that Grimoire though. Yeah,
we don't see that anymore. People buying BKB as the first item for Shag. I mean,
No.
Shrunken Head. It's something we used to see back in the day, and I don't think it's that bad. But Grimoire is obviously an amazing item that has been introduced since then. But in a game like this, where all you really want to do is win team fights that the Hellborn team is forcing upon you, getting the Shrunken Head as early as possible is really good for you, I think.
Yeah, no, we definitely don't see that though on Hags at least. I mean, I used to see the Hellflower build obviously, but since the Grimoire introduction and the Hellflower nerfs, that all changed. And Puppet or not, wow, Pestilence, the Shrunken Head for him. You got Drunken Master working on Shrunken Head. They're working on Shrunken Head, is what I meant to say. But
yeah,
again,
when they get those Shrunken Heads, they're not going to lose any team fights.
Being a prime spot. As far as that, Bensington is close to his. Needs the pattern still. And then as we talked about, Nox on Bloodhunter. almost there. Nice.
And the Shrunken Head and the Hellborn sites aren't near less important, though.
Yeah, it's the Legion team, yeah. Soul's Bulwark could be important. I wonder if Devour actually might think about that possibly.
It's about damn time.
As I said earlier, I think Abyssal Skull would have been huge for them this game.
Yeah.
Guess maybe Pew is gonna get that next.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So
Pew's actually having a really good Ophelia game. I kind of doubted him in the beginning, but he's
He manned up.
proving me wrong.
He's making it work so far.
But they're on a really short clock here. They need to finish the game within, I'd say, almost 5 minutes. It's that bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You think Excellent does?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they have a token now.
They don't have any late game whatsoever, pretty much. And their item builds are, like, kind of all-in-ish. They don't have any farming item on anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Super KG bought a major totem, so I guess it's gonna go for a tablet of command.
Yeah.
Maybe?
That's what I was thinking. That or the...
Yeah,
Spell
I think the
Summon.
Hellborn team could really benefit from having a Sackstone, or I guess they have the armor boots on Ophelia already and they don't stack, but
Yeah.
a finished Abyssal Skull and a Bulwark would be great items for them right now. That together with the Shrunken Heads on the core heroes will make them have a lot more effective health.
Well, so we are in that farming state here of both sides. 10-7 hero kill game, approaching 21 minutes in. You got Bloodhunter kind of being protected here at the middle lane. Meanwhile, at the top lane, same thing for Drunken Master. Making sure that they're going to be fine. They're going to push top a little bit here. The first tower is still up.
Zane is showing his PK.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he doesn't really care about it. It's quite a good surprise factor if you're defending your base to have PK, but I guess he thinks the enemy team should expecting to have one by now anyway.
Destroyed a Hellborn tower.
So get the top tower, port back.
I don't think they're planning to defend that tier 2 tower.
Yeah.
I think it's really close for Grimoire and... Oh, Drunken Master actually has his Shrunken Head now. Or has the money to buy it. You know, Pestilence has one of the parts for his.
I think he does. I mean, well, maybe not actually. No, maybe not. He has a portal key as well, so I want to say no, but I'm not 100% sure. So still think he needs a little bit more gold. He ports back actually, so maybe. Oh, Devour! No, he went for the hook, but Behemoth has a creep kind of jump in his way. Pestilence also follows a little bit, but
Yeah, that is excellent gameplay from the Legion team right now. Just having Behemoth stall the push and split push the other 2 lanes.
Mhm.
Kind of weird to see a Rhapsody up here instead of one of the core heroes, but
yeah, that's true.
still good for him.
Hey, it's pretty solid push here, honestly. So
Doing work. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna get this tower unless the Hellborn team reacts.
vulnerability comes out.
Yeah, they're not reacting, they're just sticking around their man. They know that they're not close, I think. They have to make something happen here.
Well, there you go. Tower falls for the Legion team.
Oh,
Jump
big
on a
opportunity.
Bloodhunter.
Oh, he didn't go for it.
Nope.
I think he could have took the Pestilence there. That's as good of an opportunity they're gonna get.
Yeah.
They're kind of relying on Super KD to land a hook here, which is awkward. Because you can't expect him to always land a big hook when you're pushing the base. So.
Yeah. It's never a guarantee, really. So Grimoire is finished on Wretched Hag with that set too. So this is definitely a pretty decent spot now for the Legion team, other than not having the Shrunken Heads, obviously.
They're scouting the water with Wing Courier. Wing Courier is like hanging around on the trees here.
That's true. Well, he went Soul's Bulwark, by the way, on Drunken. Interesting. Wait, he had that? No, he had that before.
No. He had 3.4k gold last time I checked.
Yeah, no, that's... So he must... Oh, what? Oh, he's saving for buyback then? I'm confused.
Possible.
Okay. Well, they're not going to push in the end.
Yeah.
Can't, don't want to risk it. Team Excellent's falling back instead. Going to clean up a little bit of resources here.
Yeah. I think this is a good decision from the Hellborn team. They realize that they won't be able to break base against the 5 heroes of the Legion team. They're going to need a pickup.
Mm-hmm.
And they have pretty good heroes to pick the enemy team off with, to be honest.
Yeah.
Var and Bloodhunter are both really strong.
Yeah.
That
They're really kind of they want them to push up mid, but it's not happening. You can see on the mini map.
As I've said before, relying on the enemy team to make a mistake is a really annoying position to be in. It can get frustrating real quick if you don't find any openings. See them just running around as 5 heroes now, not doing much at all. Pew just boxing his creeps and running back and forth.
He definitely is. Yeah, Devour's just been sitting up here this whole time waiting for an opportunity. But you see this ward of sight from Rexar's actually has been spotting him too, I'm pretty sure. So little does he know. He's been seeing this whole time. He thinks he's on pursue, but there's nobody here.
It's not as sneaky as he thinks it's just always a mission.
Thought he heard something. I mean, it's like a lot of time being wasted, man. I mean, you just see excellent or Rexars they're just pushing top and.
Yeah, and the deficit is growing by the minute. It's up to 4K experience now. But it's not really being wasted time either. It's like they have to do it. It's the way they drafted, and it all comes back to the fight bottom, where they had a huge advantage and just kind of threw it away, to be honest.
So they're still hanging out, but again, Rexars, if you're not going to really hit at the door, I mean, we don't need to defend, so we'll just keep farming elsewhere, pushing in. Ice Ogre by Ophelia, by the way. Oh, he got somebody! Never mind. That's why he got somebody.
Yep, Illusion Pestilence.
And now they're going to take out the ward side right there.
That Rev ward has been there for a long time next to that ward. I thought they were both those wards were from the same team, but apparently not.
Yep, it's about to wear off, but yeah, doing a lot of work, definitely. Rhapsody, in the meantime, Rhapsody gets TP'd out right before she was going to get bursted down. Sir Bennington jump in, had the hemorrhage on her as well, but didn't matter.
Yeah, and that opens up the mid and bot lane for the Legion team to farm. And there's a big wave coming in bot for Hag. All that money.
Yeah, so you're right. I mean, you get in like 5-minute timer, so it's kind of hit that mark. So you can definitely feel it if Excellent doesn't really get something.
Now, I don't think Excellent can win this game anymore, but it's possible for Rexar to lose it if they make something.
Yeah.
Make a stupid mistake.
Well, Super KG finds a solo Rhapsody here. He's going to go for the solo kill. Okay, that should be a kill. Fissure Stun comes out, but yeah, exactly as he said. Is that really a huge deal? Not necessarily.
The creep equilibrium bot should be a bit more pushed out. I don't know if Hag farmed the jungle before she went to the bot lane. Probably won't matter then. Do you know if they have the glyph?
I don't know, honestly. I think they do.
Oh, that's a big ward by Master Farms. Fine. Managed to sneak one in.
Yeah. Here we go. Pestilence jumping in. Not the most.
Huge hook.
Big hook on a Wretched Hag. That's the hook they were looking for. Wretched Hag is going to be bursted out after the fact. She does have a buyback, but the tower is going to drop now.
That was a huge hook.
Yep. That's what they were waiting for. So Pestilence is still thinking about it. Again, if he goes in, no doubt we're going to see a buyback on Wretched Hag.
Hag has a buyback though, for sure. So.
There we go. There's the jump. There's the buyback. Swarm put on a Bloodhunter. Drunken Master assisting. Heal comes out from Ophelia. Shrunken Head's going up. The hook's going to miss in the meantime. Protect him, Melody. Saving Pestilence. Hold a save right there. Rhapsody is going to fall, but no doubt kept Pestilence alive. And here goes Behemoth with the ultimate himself. Sir Pentaton going to be jumping in. Bat Blast and only hit Bloodhunter. He is still alive, actually. Drunken Master wants that to change, though. And he will make it change. He gets the kill. He dodges the hook in the process. And in the background,
in the enemy fountain.
What the hell? Yeah, Sir Pentaton.
He went deep for that kill.
He really was and didn't even get it. They're still chasing. Ophelia is there, but they just want actually Master of Arms, who they're not going to get.
Big Sando.
And Ophelia is still here.
He's chilling around there.
All right, so he's going to be fine. Buyback, though, on Wretched Hag, obviously, but in the end, they do hold. Those
that was a beautiful hook for Super KG. Exactly what he needed. And yeah, he managed to get some value out of it, but then didn't break base.
Did not get through the melee racks in the end. In fact, minimal damage happening. Pew is still here. He needs to wait for the right moment. Probably going to deliver a TP, maybe. I mean, yeah, they have no clue, of course. So I think he should be fine, but it's a matter of Rhapsody's here by herself, actually.
You're not going
It's
anywhere.
not going to be a big deal, or will it be? Devour's trying to get here. Close enough. Ophelia, oh, he grinded. She comes out. They're coming. Oh, on the hook. It hooks Drunken, though. And in the jump. No, Pestilence went back. Those Behemoth went backwards. Okay. They didn't want to follow.
Pestilence is out of mana forming the Ancient, so they didn't feel comfortable taking that team fight.
Yeah. Well, they fall back.
And Conger is alive again.
That he is.
You see a Bulwark pick up on the bar as well. It's a good choice.
Oh, yeah. Talking about that earlier. So, do they have the Abyssal Skull yet? Not yet. Maybe
This is actually really good for a Hellborn team.
They are able to get this, and I'm sure we'll see it on Bloodhunter once again. Going out right here, so. Yeah, the Shrunken Heads are up all across the board now on either side, at least for a couple heroes. You see Wretched Hag's still going to be working on hers most likely, but she's level 17 now with that Grimoire. But yeah, Token of Life on Bloodhunter. Big
That's a very big deal. I don't know. I don't.
So now you feel like they might have a chance once again?
Maybe. I think a big part of it comes down to map control. Hellborn has been doing a really good job at warding this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see Pew even having some Vulture minions position the enemy jungle to scout as well when doing that Roshan.
Oh,
He's gonna leave them there. He doesn't really want to micro them anymore. Just position abandon.
That would take too big of a box to create, so.
Yeah.
Screechers are left behind. Bloodhunter, what? Jeez. He was really diving in there. He does have the token, but getting a little crazy. Pestilence gonna knock on the door of him in a little bit and see what's up.
You're not going anywhere.
Gonna bait out some kind of reaction. Behemoth needs to be careful. Portakey's deactivated. Another huge hook. Will this be enough damage? No, it will not. Wretched Hag is able to blink away. Pestilence got picked off, though, in the background. Sir Benson jumps in. Protective Melody once again saving the day. Wretched Hag able to blink away, and now Devours actually in a bad spot. Yeah, he's gonna end up falling, it looks like.
Oh, the Rex are in trouble, though.
It's close. Pestilence can't buy back. Drunken Master's like, fight me, damn it. They're not going to. They take out the Rex. Wretched Hag gets silenced as soon as she jumped in. That was unfortunate timing. So not much more she can do. So they push in the Rex. The hooks, man.
Yeah.
Super KGE. This has been his game today. Up until this game, you know, it's been kind of honestly so-so, but this is a Super KG that we know. They're coming through for us.
He keeps finding that Wretched Hag.
Yeah, of all heroes.
Yeah, exactly. It's the only hero that he can get value from hooking, and he keeps finding her. I mean, he's keeping them in this game. He's doing an amazing job at it.
Once Wretched Hag gets that Shrunken Head, obviously a lot of things could change. Especially, again, no doubt the silence is also causing a lot of issues for her.
Yeah.
But gets that.
Yeah,
Shrunken.
but that buyback it's really stalled the progress of the Hag's items. I thought she would have it a couple of minutes ago, but still 500 gold away.
I don't even know if Behemoth used the Shockwave for that last one. I don't think he did.
No, he didn't.
Had an opportunity for it, so.
Is he going straight Refresher Orb? He doesn't have the mana pool for that. I guess maybe Spell Shards?
Yeah, you're right. He definitely wouldn't have the mana pool. It's not. He wouldn't be too low, but yeah, he definitely would need more mana if that was the case. Well, we'll see. It's not farming the most, so it's going to be a while if so.
Hag's just chilling in base right now as well. She should be out split pushing the other lanes.
Yeah, that is true. She's usually the active one.
Yeah,
to make up
I
like
guess
this.
she's a bit afraid now that she died twice to the Devourer hooks, but
even more reason not to be here.
Still 1 minute 50 on the token.
Oh wow, yeah, there's ooh, Pestilence. Just Portal King away in time.
Good presence of mind using the Portal Key there, realizing he couldn't dodge it.
Pestilence not really the best candidate at the same time, but still. We're very close. Silence on a Behemoth as he was running in. Oh, he takes a hemorrhage. Pestilence in the background going on to Sir Bennington, though. They need to force a fight. Behemoth is going to be fine in the background. Sir Bennington going to be locked out. Protecting Melody, helping to save Behemoth for now as Sir Bennington trying to kill him. He's not able to do so just yet. Will it be enough for the Implanted chasing? No, it's not. The Staccatos does. They're saving Behemoth. He's ready to go back in. Hit the portal key. Size is still up. He's going to jump back in as soon, though. Pestilence goes in. The dive is just huge here for xCet. There's the shockwave. Down goes Bloodhunter. Devour's going to fall. The fidget shot on Bloodhunter as soon as it comes up. Can he actually run away from this? His blood sense is activated. The lunge of ages right there. It goes in and catches him. And Bloodhunter will fall. Wow. Holy dive,
Those
Batman.
were some insane plays by Rexars.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful protective melody, and Insania instantly realized it was on him. So he was almost out of it, and turned
Walked
around
around
instantly
it,
and
yeah.
went back into it. And then they had the presence of mind to split up, so the joust wouldn't hit both of them.
Yeah.
And he managed to survive with like 0 HP there. That was huge. And Drunken Master in the meantime kept 3 of the Hellborn heroes occupied, while Bloodhunter and Bansington dove the base, and they managed to pick those 2 heroes off.
Mm-hmm.
That was really well played by Legion side.
That was, yeah, beautiful teamwork and execution. Like, no doubt excellence. Like, are you kidding me? How are you not dead?
Yeah.
And they went all the way to the
Maybe you can
well.
fault them for diving a bit too much, but then again, that behemoth kill looked really free for them.
Yeah.
And if they got it, that would have been huge. But
Interesting. Behemoth sold his Arcana, by the way.
it's just too next level. You can't cast an Insania game. It's just complete mind blown.
You know what? You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe he sold it because in case he died,
Oh
he would
yeah,
have had
that's
enough for
actually
buyback.
true. So he didn't sell it just now.
Yeah, I don't think so. I just noticed it now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
yeah.
Because I know he didn't have a buyback when he was low on HP. He had like 600 gold.
Yeah. So it turns out it wasn't even necessary, but just in case.
I mean, he is Insania, so he should realize he would survive there. But it's just a precaution.
Yeah, never know sometimes. Lag could kick in at any time. Demonic Breastplate is finishing full, of course, on Drunken, so his 5
Yeah, this Drunken player has been playing really well these games. He's 5-0-6. He hasn't died yet.
Yeah.
It always feels like he's in like the deepest the team. In the front line, soaking damage. It doesn't die.
Exactly, that's the thing. The untouchable, the shrunken head, there's a lot of mitigation there. So he's able to survive through all of it, and they're not necessarily focusing him either, of course. They're going for the Hag and the Pestilence and the supporting cast. I mean, the control's still excellent, still having good control as far as the map goes and, you know, where they're at, but...
Yeah. He has a huge experience advantage now.
Yeah.
16k, that's massive. Gold is pretty even still, though, so... Hellborn are definitely not out of it, but since they have a lane of racks already, it's obviously getting more and more difficult. More time passes.
Yeah, super KG, here we go again. No. Misses that one right there. Not going to hit 100% of the hooks. You gotta take them, though. Take the chances.
This is really good for Hellborn, though. They have all the 5 heroes of the leading team pinned down in the base. If they... Oh, big hook.
Just a beautiful angle. Pestilence gets caught, but again, he's not the best target. And actually puts a swarm on a Bloodhunter. Bloodhunter's dropping pretty quick right here. Brenzington in the background. He jumps on a Behemoth. But the Bad Boss again. The protective melody saving the day. Behemoth is going to ultimately survive. Rhapsody, maybe not. Never mind. They both go down. Devour chases them with the hook. But in the meantime, Ophelia is picked off. It's Drunken Master and Wretched Hag. Wretched Hag getting locked up in Master of Arms, actually. But now she's blanking away. And yeah, the buyback on Pestilence is huge indeed. Devour, he's just going to try to survive here. Go for the TP. That's probably not going to happen, though. Nope, he goes down. Master of Arms, again, somehow manages to be the sole survivor. But, man, those are split fights right there.
Yeah.
Two different going on, but Behemoth...
And you saw the late game of the leading team kicking in there on the Bloodhunter. He can't take a man fight against the minus armor Pestilence.
Yeah. The target here, they're clearly putting all their focus on a Behemoth.
Yeah.
I think it's time to change that, or...
It is Insania, so...
Yeah.
It's kind of the obvious choice. If they don't kill him, he's just gonna destroy their entire team by himself.
It's too hard not to.
Nah, but I think... I mean, obviously the Wretched Hag is the #1 target if you can get her. But she's a really slippery hero with a BKB and a really short cooldown blink, so... I don't know.
Well, Upborn team back farming on their own side here. Void Talisman picked up by Ophelia. Obviously getting a lot of physical damage coming out here, so item that makes sense. 3,900 gold though on Wretched Hag. Where is she going next? The sheep stick, usually the item of choice in this case.
I mean, at this point, I think you could even go something like a Nullstone on her, to be honest. Just make sure you don't get hooked into a Devourer Ultimate, because that's pretty much the only way you lose now.
Yeah, true. Long time since I've seen that item actively. But it could make sense here. But not buying anything towards it just yet, so I'll have to wait and see. I'm just going to buy it in full, so buybacks are good. Again, Pestilence and Wretched Hag have used one buyback so far. The Firebrands between Bensington and Bloodhunter. Again, Bensington going with another Firebrand here.
Yeah. Again, don't think that's going to help them a lot. See, Firebrand's, in my eyes, more of a farming item, and I don't think that's what they want to do right now. But they have most of the team fighting items, so there aren't that many other options. I guess a Basher wouldn't be all that bad.
Yeah, Brutalizer does seem to be a popular choice. Looking to be the utility damage kind of those cases. But again, Bloodhunter, he's 2,900 gold, probably that Geometer Span himself. We'll see picked up against this Legion team. There is a double damager in here, by the way, bottom. Is the bottle being delivered? Okay, yeah, bottles it up. Something on the courier, no. But has the bottle up on the double damage here, and Geometer's been picked up by Bloodhunter. They wanted maybe to try for Conqueror here.
Yeah,
maybe even
Legion has vision. This time they're definitely going to contest it.
Yeah.
This is bananas as well. It's a big deal.
They are ready. Here we go, here we go. Pestilence, a big start. The Wretched Hag Pat Blast hits 3 heroes. In comes the Sugar Heads. The Shockwave a little bit too late as a result. And now Behemoth is going to fall right there. Drunken Master, though, protecting Melody off to the side. Drunken Master is doing plenty of damage. Pestilence, he manages to live. Sir Bensington wants the kill, damn it. The kill, he won't get though. The portal key juke. A hat-trick coming out for Purple Rexar. He wants the quad kill. 2-1. Quad kill in the making right there from Wretched Hag. A genocide just about. Oh, did he buy back or?
That
yeah,
protective melody once again.
Yep.
Complete game changer.
Rhapsody does the work. So Devour's like, okay, here we go. He's gonna go for the steal.
3 buybacks were used. Holy shit, that's a lot.
He's just kind of sitting here. I don't know what the goal was.
Yeah, he has free farm, he buys only defensive items and he dies in 1 second like that. It's crazy.
Too many damages.
Synchronized TP styles from the Legion team. Ah, Drunken cancel this.
The buybacks do scare them off ultimately, though. From doing a Congo, actually.
Yeah, that's kind of disciplined from the Legion team, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really want to take any risks at this point.
Yeah, their next tier of items, geez, level 3 shield, or level 1 shield breaker only, but gonna be leveling that up here. Wretched Hag, yeah, the full sheep stick purchased right there. Abyssal Skull and Pestilence.
Yeah, I really like the Abyssal Skull here. I was thinking what Pestilence was gonna get because the Drunken Master already got the Demonic Breastplate. Usually the transition of Pestilence is the bulwark after you have the peak and the Shrunken Head.
Yeah.
But Abyssal Skull is the perfect item choice here, I think. Good decision.
Well, again, Conqueror of interest, especially the third Conqueror. That's where it really gets interesting. Both teams. Ophelia's here with the minions.
Well, he has a Catman Soldier.
Oh, yeah, he does. That's some extra damage. But no Conqueror to be had. Yeah, not going to be enough. And obviously the Legion team being in the vicinity can't really commit to it here. So probably have one more clash upon us before this game could be over.
Yeah, I think Legion team can definitely end the game at this point, but and again they don't have to, so
yeah,
if they're all to play safe, that's fine.
32,000 experience lead, jeez.
Yeah.
It's up there. So again, Conqueror, they got to take the risk. Excellent, really wants these bananas and the token, of course. You have Rexars in the vicinity. They're just playing the patience game. You know the timing. Here we go. Jumping to the Devour. It's only Devour so far. Sheepstick going to be used on him, trying to save him in the background. Bloodhunter using his ultimate on a Pestilence. Wretched Hag, though, shortcut heads up again. Guess what? Protect him out. Joust will cancel it, though, but it doesn't matter. The damage is just way too damn much as expected. And that should all but do it right here. Yep, there's the official genocide. Well played's coming out at least. GG, well played. Game 3. What's that?
5-row team fight.
Yep.
Clean sweep.
That's the way to finish it. Again, they were just too far ahead at that point. So game 3 goes to Rexars. And Rexars, that means they go win the series 2-1. They earn 2 extra points from this, so they have 3 points in total now. Team Excellent, on the other hand, only get the 1 point for their game win and finish the day overall. Not the best day for them, but again, just getting things started here for the Pro League. So obviously a lot of season left, but Rexars at the same time. I love this Rexars team. Again, not knowing really too much about them, who they really are even. They're definitely showing that they can at least play a little bit, and they got some victories to prove that. So big ups to them and taking the series. My nuts, any final thoughts on the series here?
No, it's fun.
Just that?
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much.
All right.
Interesting plays coming out and kind of weird jungle strategies from Insania.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's having fun with it.
Of course. It is a game in the end. Gotta have fun. So doing plenty of that, but obviously in the end, Team Excellent falling short. Rexars takes the series again, 2-1. So before we officially wrap up here, one more thing. Well, actually a couple of things. Tomorrow there's no Pro League action, but if you've been following at all what's going to be happening, I'm excited, man. I'm really excited for it tomorrow. Hopefully a lot of people are, and if you don't know what I'm talking about yet, you should be excited. We're going to be doing our Honiversary 1-1 showdown. Is happening tomorrow, and 4 of the best teams right now in Heroes of New Earth are going to be are invited. It's Bad Monkey Gaming. Here, let me actually just show the post for you guys on screen. We got BMG, Bad Monkey Gaming, CiC Esports, Team Excellent, and Reason Gaming going to be appearing tomorrow in the 1-1 showdown. It's actually a tournament format where I believe the matchup is CiC versus Reason, and then BMG will play Team Excellent. And then the winners then move on. And again, this format is fun because it's a 1-1 tournament, meaning you send in one player, it's the mid lane, all the rules and everything, the 15 minutes, whatever. The first one to kill wins and everything. As you can see here, so you send in a player initially, and each round has a specific hero. And then if you lose, you send in another player. If you win, you stay in. So we've seen it before, and Zai is known as being the complexity killer. He had his feat where he ended up defeating I think maybe 4, if not all 5 of the complexity players. That's why he got the name. But anyway, so that is possible. But this really is going to be a fun event, and I'm excited that we're doing this, especially in this kind of format here. And then on top of it, it's a $5,000 prize pool, winner takes all. So $1,000 each player, not too shabby for that. But even the other thing to add to this, and perhaps the most exciting thing, is that the 4 teams will battle it out. Once the team is decided from those 4 teams, the winner of that bracket then plays what's called the Legends team. Yes, the Legends of Heroes of New Earth. And so far, we have 3 out of the 5 players announced that are going to be